Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Moonchild Megan with Moonchild Megan Tarot. Today I'm here with another deck review. I have an oracle deck called the Energy Oracle Cards. It's produced by Hay House and by Sandra Ann Taylor. Illustration is by Jenna Della Grattaglia. Now I always say her name wrong. I also did a review on a deck that she did illustration on, which was The Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. It was also produced by Hay House. I'm terrible with her name, but hopefully I didn't butcher it too bad. So anyway, this is the box. It's a typical Hay House box, very sturdy. I really like it. I store my oracle decks in their boxes, so I'm really excited that the box is actually well enough to keep it stored in. This is the guidebook. It's got 175 pages. It starts with, introduction about why Sandra wanted to create this deck. It was pretty interesting what I read about. It says that she was given she was actually given a tarot deck, and she was told, as a teenager, play with this deck and, see what you can discover with it. Well, what she discovered was her intuition, and it helped her, open herself up to her intuition. She knew a little bit about, having some psychic talents and things like that because she's a twin. But the tarot deck that she was given, which she doesn't mention which one it was, would be interested to know. But the deck that she was given helped her expand beyond that and do that with not just family members and her twin, but people that she doesn't know. So because of that, a lot of these cards are inspired by tarot cards. She also has some chakra cards, angel cards, and archangel cards in here. So I'll show you those in a second. But she also goes over 1, 3, 7, and 9 card spreads, along with a spread called The Road. I haven't looked too much into that, but then it just, talks a little bit about each one. So you can definitely take a look at that and look at the spreads. I have not tried the spreads out yet. I literally just opened up this. I got it in the mail earlier this morning. So let's take a look at the backs of the cards and the card stock. It's a glossy finish. It's fairly thick. It's a good, typical oracle deck size and thickness of the cardstock. I really like the very calming blues that she has here. When I think of the word energy, the color blue comes to mind, for me at least. So I really do like that she chose that. Just got some smoky, whispery things here. It's either a portal or, just a pretty jewel or something on the back here. She gives reversed meanings, so it is reversible, which I like, even though I don't do reverse readings, but I like that she gives that option. So now we're going to get into the cards. Some of them, to me, are very obvious which ones would potentially relate to a tarot card. And obviously this first one stands out. It's the sun, which, to me would represent the sun. So I think this is a great depiction of that. There's a lot of detail. I see a lot of the illustrators' similarities in this deck, and that's probably why I was connected to the depictions in the cards. So I do tend to like her style. I will admit I'm not the hugest fan of yellow or gold, but these cards do, they drew me in for some reason. So I'm really excited to get started reading with them. But they all have this banner here at the top with the number on them. And then you'll have the banner down at the bottom with the name of the card. So there's the first one. Second is Journey. Blossoming Abundance. And this owl really stood out to me with the author's illustration, just something familiar of hers in compared to the Wisdom of the Oracle with her illustrations in that one. So that really stood out to me in this particular card. Happy Family. This reminds me of the Ten of Cups with the rainbow and, obviously the happy family. So that works out really well. Attachment. Contract. This one reminds me of the Justice card. Makes me think of a Libra. Community. This reminds me of the Three of Cups. There's even, some cups in here. So that definitely has a very Three of Cups vibe to me. Indecision. Broken Heart. Obviously reminds me of the Three of Swords. Storm Warning. I went back and forth on this one. It may be, possible that it represents a tower, but I'm not really sure because it's a warning. The tower in the tarot can give you a warning, but to me, a tower is very sudden. You have no warning. It's bam, here's that change. Here's this big sudden thing that's happening in your life. You can't stop it. So I don't really, in the illustration, I do kind of get that vibe a little bit of the tower just because of, the destruction and things like that. But the name of the card kind of throws me off with it. So maybe it will, maybe it won't mean a tower moment to me. Cornucopia. This is wishes fulfilled in this particular deck. So that makes me think of the Nine of Cups for sure. Beautiful, beautiful things. The Temple Path. Another beautiful card. The illustration just really pulls me in. Financial constraints. I love the whole, empty cupboard thing. You obviously feel a financial strain when your cupboards are bare. Caring connections. Makes me think of the Lover's card. Definitely. Appreciation. Patience. Action. Just that word alone makes me think of the Eight of Wands. I think I actually have a deck, which I can't recall which one it is. I actually have a tarot deck that has horses in it like this. I think it might be Forest of Enchantment. I'm not sure. Anyway. Anxiety. This very much represents the Nine of Swords to me. Very much so. Rest and rejuvenation. This could potentially be a Four of Cups if you look at the Four of Cups that way. Some look at the Four of Cups as boredom, but sometimes it can represent, rest and rejuvenation. Envy. Strategy. Yin and Yang. All tied up. This reminds me of the Eight of Swords. Even though she's not blindfolded here, it does seem like she could get out of it. Adjacent possibilities. This is very much a Seven of Cups to me. Many, many options. Deceit. Very devil-like. Very much a devil card to me. Hostilities. I think this one would be like a Nine of Wands rather. Nine of Wands, yeah. Maybe a Nine of Swords, I'm trying to remember. Nine of Wands came to me first, even though he is holding a sword. So it's rather strange as to whether this guy is defeated or, if he's just warning him or what. Since you can't really tell here. Walking away. Very beautiful colors in this card. This is very much an Eight of Cups to me. Where you've made a decision to walk away from something. Victory. This right here definitely represents the Six of Wands to me. Very victorious card. And this is very obvious. The World. Even though I don't think the meaning of this card is the same as the World in the Tarot. I'd have to check on that. Garden and the Gate. Excuse me. Here's a couple of cards where it's doors to certain things. So maybe they could represent some aces, some opportunities coming in. This one is door to value. So, I would think maybe an Ace of Pentacles for money and prosperity. Door to spirit. Door to romance. Obviously very Ace of Cups. Door to personal healing and happiness. And then we're going to get into some chakras. This is the first chakra with Archangel Michael. And you'll see where there's the color of the aura here in the first chakra there. Second chakra, Archangel Ariel. I always mess this name up, so I apologize. The third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. Yeah, forgive me on that one. I have not heard his name, so I'm not sure how to pronounce that one. Fourth chakra is Archangel Raphael. Fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Throat chakra. Sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron. Do with your thoughts. And seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel. Crown chakra. Then we have the woman holding a coin. This makes me think very much of the Queen of Pentacles. I love her purples in this and the black cat. Very beautiful. And then obviously a man holding a coin would make me think of the King of Pentacles. Very handsome. Woman holding a heart makes me think of the Queen of Cups. Very beautiful. And a man holding a heart makes me think of the King of Cups. So dashing. The thinking man. Potentially because you're thinking of, when I think of thinking, I obviously think of thoughts. Makes me think of maybe a King of Swords. Same with the thinking woman. Do some research. She seems very stern. We have some angels. Angels of balance. Angel of love. Maybe these could be pages or knights. Angel of strength. Obviously makes you think of the strength card. Healer of ages. It was just on the tip of my tongue what I thought this could represent. The Hierophant. Very much makes me think of the Hierophant. This is my favorite card, and you'll see that it's also the one on the front of the guidebook and the box. Goddess of the Moon. Obviously makes me think of the Moon card, and this is my favorite card. I am a Cancer, so I think of the Moon a lot, even though in the Tarot, a lot of people think that it represents Pisces. I personally resonate with it as for Cancer as well. So this is definitely my favorite card. My lucky number is 7. 5 plus 2 is 7, so it was just meant to be. And the Magician and the Mirror obviously makes me think of the Magician. So there you have it, guys. That is the Energy Oracle cards. I am really excited to get into this deck. I'm still learning how to shuffle some Oracle cards. I do you know, like this sometimes. The large size doesn't help with my tiny hands. And I don't think that I'm going to trim this deck at all. I do like, don't tell anyone, but I do like the borders on this deck. The back of the border doesn't really bother me whatsoever because it's so thin, and I'm just not sure how I'm gonna feel if I do trim the border on the inside. So it shuffles fairly well with this. You know, the gloss allows it to you know, glide like that. So like I said, this is the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor, produced by Hay House, illustrated by Jenna Della Grataglia. Forgive me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know if you have this deck. I know it's probably considered a mass market deck, but I'm late to the game on getting it. But I think I'm really going to like it and how it reads alongside my tarot spreads. So you guys let me know if y'all have this deck and you enjoy it too, and hope y'all have a good one. Oh, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and look out for future videos. Y'all have a good one.